Okay, now we're talking about Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's see, what is the situation that you have going on in your life right now, allegedly? Y'all bear with me and let's talk about it. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What's going on in the dough? Let me show y'all some love. Here we go. What is in the present position? What is the problem you got? What is the problem you got? What is the problem you got, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? What's the issue this week? Something about shine bright like a candle. Somebody 30. It's time for you to, work through the things that you are uncomfortable. It's time for you to come out and shine bright like a candle. Don't let, it says you will make it through this, okay? Somebody 36 got to know this week you going to make it through whatever you got going on this week, baby. You going to make it through it, but you got to believe it, though. And that's that. Now, what is the issue you got with believing? What is this week? What's going on that you need to believe in? What is the situation why you can't believe in yourself right now? Okay? Because you got to know that all of us deserve prizes, and trying to please everyone. You can't please everyone. It's time to love yourself and start pleasing yourself. This week. You want to please everybody, and you can't do that. And also it says follow the white rabbit. It says, currently meet opportunities. Somebody with 3, it's time for you to go and meet these opportunities that's waiting for you. Also, law is not justice. And remember, 30 years old. It says rules that are not fair. There's rules that's not fair in this world, and you're going to have to understand that. Also, you can't go back to yesterday and fix nothing this week. You got to remember 44. You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. It's time for you to be in the present moment this week. Don't let nothing knock you out of the present moment. Now, what's going on? What is the whole situation? What is your goals and your destiny this week that you're trying to work up to? What are you trying to work up with goals and destinies to get through the week? What are you trying to work up to do this week, air signs? To make, you feel like you're falling. See, somebody feels like they're falling this week. They've been falling. Somebody 4, it says the unknown, the discernment, the change. Somebody feel like they were falling in making their goals and disaster, going to their task this week to get their destiny and goal. No, you ain't feeling nothing. You just got to keep going. It said, what's happened in the decent past to make you feel like this week? What happened in the decent past making you feel like you can't get your goals and your destiny? What happened in the recent past? Something about a moment of regret. Something you regretted. Somebody can have 16 in their birthday. You regretted doing something in the recent past that really got you all in. What did you do that you regret in the recent past? What are you regretting that you've done in the recent past? What do you regret that you've done in the recent past? You regret, you need to manage to be glad. Somebody 43. What you've done in the recent past, you need to remain that you be glad for the choices that you have made in the past. What's this moment of regret? Give me some more on this moment of regret that you made, air sign, in the past. You feel like you made a moment and you need to manage to be glad. Somebody 45 or older. What's going on here? And you need to remain. What happened in the recent past that you need to learn to be glad about? Yes, you learn from a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You learn conflict. You learn what to do and have more compassion, so you can gain. And you're learning to let go of. You learned how to not be so always in confrontation with people. What else did you learn here that you regretted in the past? You learned that you should have you learned it's time to walk away. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you're learning how to, go be more, disappointed and abandoned withdrawn. You learned how to walk away from a situation, the Eight of Cups. You learned how to walk away from a situation, and you learned that conflict wasn't it. It was just best to just leave it alone. And you're learning that. I should have just walked away. Now, why you feel like you're worried about you should have went, you can't go back to yesterday. Something about this, when you get this message about an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, see, someone knows that the action they took, they're worried about somebody getting this message. And Aries, what's this message that you're worried about that's coming, that about somebody getting their gift, somebody getting the Six of Cups, this gift coming to you. You're worried about this Queen of Swords getting a gift, and you feel like you wanted them to have a Three of Swords. You feel a broken heart. You feel like there's going to be an ending to something. You wanted to end somebody working, the Eight of Pentacles. You wanted this person to end. You wanted to end this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it didn't work out that way. Because there's, so what's going to happen? Why did you want to end? You wanted to end the fire sign, and it didn't work out that way. Not like you thought it was going to do, but you really wanted it to happen. Now, what happened in the recent past that made you feel like this, be wanting to do all this? What happened in the recent past? Yeah, you was keep your temper in check. 20, you didn't know how to keep your temper in check. You had a very bad temper in the past. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius. Somebody had a very bad temper, a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What's the situation with this? You need to keep their temper. Somebody needed to learn how to keep their temper. What about this person? They needed to learn how to keep their temper when it came to this Empress. Somebody needed to learn how to keep their temper. What about this Empress? Because there was people that was trying to get people to go against this Empress, and you didn't know how to keep your temper when it came to this High Priestess. Somebody didn't know how to keep their temper because they was trying to cause fights. This Five of Pentacles was trying to cause this fire sign all kinds of fights, and everybody wanted to fight this High Priestess. All of them, and they didn't know that this fire sign was just setting their boundaries to the stuff, and that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen in the future here for air sign? So somebody set their boundaries to it. What's going to happen in the future? What's destined to happen in the future here? What's going to happen in the future? Okay, someone here is going to be left out in the cold, the Five of Coins. What about the Five of Coins? Somebody being left out in the cold. What about this Five of Coins? Somebody left the Five of Coins out in the cold, and they got the ancestors giving them strength to leave this person out in the cold. What about giving them strength to leave this person? Because they wanted to end you anyway. This person wanted you to be in the ground, the Four of Swords. In the reverse, they wanted you to be gone. So you had to end this because the Chariots here. So you had the Chariot show up for you because of a message coming to the fire signs, and the Knight of Swords was dashing out against this person. They was attacking this person. So in the future, they had to stand up for themselves. This Emperor did. So this fire sign decided to stand up for themselves, and because they knew that it had to stop, because this organization was after this fire sign, and they wanted this organization, what they're building, they wanted to keep them all in their head, and they were doing magic on this person. So that's why this is ending. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.